Well, hey guys, it's me, Angie. Come on in here to the kitchen. I'm cooking this time. Now, my style of cooking's a lot different than my hubby's, so you'll just have to be patient with me because I'm in a wheelchair and I'm gonna be a little slower than what he goes. And he's not gonna have. I'm not gonna have him filming. He makes me nervous in the kitchen. When I'm in it, I like to be in the kitchen by myself. So I'm gonna be making sausage balls. Now, I know I mentioned this on Irene and Leo's live one day about sausage balls, and they had never heard of them. So I'm going to make sausage balls. Again, we're having a New Year's get-together, New Year's Eve get-together tonight with some friends of ours and my daughter and her husband. So we're cooking a lot of different things, and this is what I'm contributing. I'm contributing sausage balls. Now, the recipe that I'm going to be using is from my cousin's mom, who is actually my mom's first cousin, who was like a mother to me, and she used to make these sausage balls all the time when I was growing up. You could just walk in her house and there'd be a basket of sausage balls, and you could just, her house was open to just about anybody that come in. If you wanted to try whatever she had, that was fine. But the only difference in her recipe and what I'm going to use is I'm going to use cream cheese in this recipe. And she did not use cream cheese in her recipe. So let me start by saying, also, I usually use Jimmy Dean's sausage, but I'm using deer sausage, which the people that we get to process our deer meat, their sausage is very good. So I don't mind using this sausage. Now, you can use Jimmy Dean, any sausage you want, deer sausage, whatever. But I have it right here in this bowl, already ready to go. And then on the recipe, now you'll see that I'll go back and forth with the recipe because I follow the recipe to a T, unlike James does. He doesn't follow the recipe sometimes. Now, it says to mix up the sausage and the cream cheese first. And I'm doubling the recipe because I'm making 2 batches. So that's why it looks like so much. I'm just doubling everything since we're having company. And James and I hate to say it, but within 2 days we can eat a whole batch of these sausage balls. So that's why I'm making 2 batches. And I washed my hands before we got started. Before I turned the video on. So don't freak out that I didn't go over there to the sink and wash my hands. I washed them because I'm going to have to get my hands in this and it's going to get real nasty. But anyway, added the cream cheese, and this is where it comes in that you have to get your hands all messed up. You take your hand and you mix the sausage and the cream cheese, get it all mixed up real good. I hope you all are going to be safe tonight for New Year's Eve. Everybody be safe, have a good time, enjoy yourself. Welcome 2022 in. And Uber is your friend. Don't forget that. Call somebody if you have to. Do not drink and drive tonight. I don't want to wake up in the morning and have lost one of my subscribers or one of my favorite people on YouTube, or anybody if that be the case. But anyway, I'm mixing this up, guys. The cream cheese and the sausage. Alright. And let me tell you something. This sausage and cream cheese is cold on my hand. Alright, once you get all that, and make sure that you get it mixed in real well. Now, this is about the hardest thing you're going to have to do, is the mixture, because in the end, you're just going to be rolling out the sausage balls, and that's what's time consuming, is rolling out all the sausage balls. Okay, once you have that done, and like I said, I'm going to be going back and forth with my recipe. I've made this, I don't know how many times, but I still have to look. I know that sounds odd, but I do. You're going to preheat your oven at 350, in case I didn't say that. No, it says 350. In a bowl, you're going to mix the sausage and cream cheese, and then the baking mixture. Now, I use Bisquick. You can use whatever brand you want to use. It doesn't matter. But I use Bisquick. I already have it measured out because of time constraints. I don't want this video to be an hour long and you all get bored with it. Okay, it's 2 cups for each batch. But since we're making 2 batches of it, we're going to have to use, of course, 4 cups. And I had it measured out for 1 batch at a time, and we discussed it, and we said James and I come up with a decision that we'd make both batches at one time. All right, the reason I'm going to make 1 batch that's going to be without olives, and then a batch with olives, because I like olives in mine, and James cannot stand olives. He will not even touch an olive. So, all right, you get that mixture in, which is the 4 cups of Bisquick. I know this seems like a lot, but we are making 2 batches. All right, then you, of course, knead that in. You know, get it all mixed up. Now, this is going to be, it's going to look like it's not going to all come together, but it is. The oil from the sausage and the cream cheese is going to break down the Bisquick, but it's just going to take a minute for it to happen. I've never made 2 batches like this before. I don't know how my husband talked me into this, but he did. I don't know whether he set me up or he was trying to help me out. I'm going to stick both my hands in here like a little child and enjoy myself and mixing this up like I'm just a whiz at cooking. Alright, so here we go. I'm getting it, all the Bisquick mixed into the sausage. Then we're going to add the cheese. Now, once we add the cheese, which it calls for a cup of cheese for each batch. So that means we're going to have to put 2 cups of cheese. Now, I normally add a little more cheese than what it calls for because our family loves cheese. So, it's up to you whether you want to deviate from the recipe. That'd be up to you. I'm slowly but surely getting this Bisquick mixed into this sausage and cream cheese. It looks like a big glob of nothing that you'd want to eat, but it really is good.
It's like a sausage and pancake.
Yeah. It's like a sausage and pancake. You're supposed to roll these sausage balls into 1-inch balls, but of course I don't. Some of mine are a little smaller, a little bigger. It all eats the same. It all tastes good. Now I'm probably gonna make a bigger mess than what James has made. Because deviate from the recipe. Some, but not like he does sometimes. I tell you what, this double batch is something else. Trying to get all this Bisquick mixed in. I want to be able to show it to you before I add the cheese about what it looks like once it all mixes together. But I'm assuming that you all will be making just one batch and not two, so let's get it all in there real good. As long as you have it mixed in, it doesn't have to be real fine, but as long as you don't have some sitting on the bottom of the bowl, any of the Bisquick, you want it kind of just in the mixture at least. So when you add the cheese, you can just, it'll be easier to mix, and the Bisquick won't be sitting on the bottom of the bowl. All right, guys, I'm gonna go over here to the sink, wash my hands so I can get the cheese, and then come back. Give me a second. This is how I have to get up to our sink to wash my hands. I will clean my sink out after we get through. I just want to get my hands clean. Alright guys, we're going to add 2 cups of cheese. Like I said, you can add more, ever how your family. And I'm using sharp cheddar. We love it. Any brand, whatever your family likes, go ahead and use that. All right, my hands don't work like they used to. James, you may have to come get this cheese open for me. Oh. Thank you. All right, we're going to take this. We're going to add it to our mixture. Stick your hand in there and get you some cheese out. Now, I know I said I measure everything, but I just about have done this recipe enough to know how much cheese is supposed to go in here. A little bit more. Now, let me show you what I got. Now, that's going to be the last ingredient until we get it all mixed together. And then, of course, I'm going to add the olives, but it's going to be individually as I make each sausage ball. All right, that's what it looks like. Back my wheelchair up a little bit. I think it's better if I come down here and get a hold of it. Once I mix this up and I see that I might have to add some more cheese, I will. But as of right now, I think this is going to be enough. I don't know if I'm going to ever do 2 batches together again. This is a lot to get mixed together. I just thought it would actually be easier to do both of them together. The only thing about the deer sausage, which they do add fat to it, but it's a lot leaner than Jimmy Dean or a sausage that you would use like that. All right, now we're going to start rolling these balls out for the sausage balls to show you how. We'll take a little bit at a time and get it in my hand. Now, they're not going to be like a meatball. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be, like I said, 1-inch balls. And I'm going to do a few of the olive so you can see what they're going to look like and how you place the olive into the cheese ball. And I normally don't have to do this, guys, but because I am making a double batch, I'm having to take it piece by piece to make sure that it's all mixed in together before I start rolling out the sausage balls. All right, let's see what we got. We'll use this as a tester. All right, you're going to take, this is how I do one without a sausage ball. Without a sausage ball. Without an olive. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so you're going to take about that much. And you're going to take your hand and you're going to roll it like this. It's going to look about like, and you can make it a little smaller. Just roll it. Roll it like that. I have a pan over here that I'm putting them on. Now, take one of them. This is what's so time consuming because I have so much mixture that I'm gonna have to use all of it, and I'm gonna have to make all of the sausage balls that's ever how much this mixture is. So, breaking a little of it off. This is trial and error. Kind of make it flat like that. Then you grab one of your olives and you place it inside the mixture. You cover it up. Now, if you don't like olives, don't do this, because I love olives and they turn out, this turns out wonderful. When you take a bite of this and bite into that olive, it is delicious. So that's how I'm gonna do a few more, and then I'm gonna get them all rolled, because I don't want this video to be 2 hours. So you get the gist of it. Just take it, roll it like that. There you go. And remember, cream cheese and sausage. Mix that first. Then add your Bisquick. Then add your cheese. Mix all of that together until it becomes, it looks like this. Kind of, you know, moisturized. It's got a little moisture to it. And then once that happens, you just pinch a little bit of it off. Roll it in your hand. And it looks like that. Now, you can have these for breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, brunch, a snack, whatever you want to have. So, after I bake these, I'm going to show you what they look like. But for now, I'm going to leave you and tell you to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell, because I'm going to be back in a few minutes to show you what they look like. Bye, YouTube.